You have poured your heart and soul into learning, into gaining those crucial certifications to become a coach, therapist, or healer. You are ready to make a real difference. So, why does it feel like there is this invisible wall holding you back from truly stepping into the life you envision? It's not a lack of knowledge or passion. There is a bigger hidden reason, and it goes way back. You are seeing others online, maybe even those who graduated with you, seemingly launching successful practices, attracting clients, and you are left there feeling like you are standing at the starting line, unsure how to even begin. You have done the work, you have the qualifications. What's the missing piece? Why does it feel like you are waiting for some permission slip that never arrives? Hey, Islam Abdullah here, founder of Reverse Mindset Academy. What if I told you that this feeling of being stuck, this hesitation to fully step into your power, has deep roots in how our society has been structured for centuries? Before we continue, make sure that you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you can get notified every time we publish a new video. Think back to the Industrial Revolution. Suddenly, there was a massive need for a workforce that could follow orders, that could operate within systems, that wouldn't question authority. Our education system, as it evolved, was largely designed to meet that need. It prioritized memorization, compliance, and working within established frameworks. Creativity and independent thinking, not exactly encouraged. The goal was to produce obedient workers for the factories and the growing industries, not necessarily independent thinkers or visionary leaders. The world has shifted dramatically since then, where we are no longer primarily an industrial society. Yet, many of our core living structures, education, economies, haven't fully caught up. You, as an aspiring coach, therapist, or healer, have likely gone through years of study, achieving impressive certifications. You have the knowledge and the skills to profoundly impact lives, but that ingrained conditioning, that training to follow the rules and wait for the right time or external validation, can leave you feeling trapped. You are waiting for permission to start creating, to lead with your unique insights, to trust your own intuitions. Why? Because the system you were raised in never truly trained you for that independent leap. And it's not accidental. Think about it. Our education system, while providing valuable knowledge, often still operates on outdated models that stifle true innovation and self-direction. Our way of living is often structured to keep us busy, constantly doing, leaving us overworked and stuck in routines that barely allow for a moment of reflection. And the economic system, for many, feels like a modern form of what some might call economic constraint, working harder and harder, and significant portion of your earning going to taxes, leaving you with limited resources and even less time. The underlying purpose of many of these systems, whether consciously intended or not, is to keep people in a cycle of needing to work just to survive, leaving little time, freedom, or mental space to truly think about what they want or to design a life aligned with their passions. Now, consider who benefits from this. Just like in the past, where a few industrialists held immense power, today the politicians who make decisions are often influenced by a very small group of powerful individuals. A handful of mega corporations dominate our daily lives. From the technology we use to the media we consume, these entities thrive when the majority of people remain within the system, working for them, consuming their products, staying stuck in a cycle. It's a double trap. First, you are caught in the work tax cycle. Second, your so called leisure time is often engineered around entertainment and consumerism, designed to absorb your remaining energy and money, further profiting the same small elite. The results? No time for introspection, no mental space to breathe, no opportunity to truly understand who you are, what your purpose is, or to dream big than the confines of the system. Think about how businesses and trade used to function. In the past, starting a business could be relatively straightforward. Someone with a skill, a craft person, a healer with natural remedies, easily open a small shop or offer their services locally. Competition was often minimal. People created based on their talents, their genuine skills, and they often traded directly with others through bartering, exchanging goods and services based on inherent value, not just a monetary exchange. People were naturally using their gifts, their creativity, doing what they enjoy. Today, the landscape is drastically different. Everything is so heavily centered around money, often overshadowing genuine value and talent. Society subtly pressures people to work hard just to survive, rather than to thrive by living from their natural abilities. The concept of a job trading your time and energy purely for a paycheck, often doing something that doesn't resonate with your soul, become the norm, where we have become like animals forced into unnatural roles for financial survival. A stark contrast to the freedom and natural rhythms of the animal kingdom. This unnatural way of living is a significant contributor to the widespread anxiety, stress, and unhappiness we see in society today. And this shift has profoundly impacted the world of marketing and business, especially for those trying to establish themselves online. It's become incredibly competitive, chaotic, and noisy. Everyone is shouting for attention, often copying trends, creating a constant barrage of online content. Establishing a genuine online presence as a coach, therapist, or healer can feel incredibly difficult amidst the saturation and distraction. Only a small percentage of people truly rise above the noise. And those who do, it's often because of specific, consistent actions they take, which we will delve into later. Meanwhile, the majority are stuck in a cycle of watching, consuming endless information, entertaining themselves under the illusion of learning, but without taking the real aligned action that leads to growth. It's that same entertainment leap we talked about earlier. Work to survive, then waste your remaining energy on consumption, further enriching the very systems that keep you trapped. The contrast is stark. How relatively easy and natural it was to rise and create value in the past versus the difficult, noisy, and often manipulative business and marketing landscape of today. But please know there are ways to break through this. To truly understand the depth of this challenge, let's look at how business and marketing have evolved, especially with the rise of the internet. In the early days of the internet, it was remarkably simpler. You could create a basic website, and people who were genuinely looking for what you offered could often find you through simple searches. There wasn't this immense pressure to constantly produce content. Visibility was relatively straightforward. Then came the era of social media. These platforms, while offering connection, also subtly forced businesses and individuals into a new system: the constant need for content. Posting daily became the new normal. Content creation shifted from perhaps weekly blog posts to multiple daily updates, images, and eventually videos. Now, in today's reality, in 2025, for anyone to have a real chance of success online, especially in a field like coaching, therapy, and healing that requires trust and connection, you must create a significant amount of content every single day. And not just text or static images. Video showing your face, your voice, your authentic self has become almost mandatory. On top of that, the expectation is to give away valuable information for free. Free guides, free advice, free resources on a scale that never existed before. You must constantly build credibility and nurture trust through constant visibility and generosity. And this is where many incredibly talented aspiring coaches, therapists, and healers get stuck. Because the reality is most people aren't naturally comfortable coming online and making videos daily. There can be environmental challenges, no quiet space, unsupportive surroundings. There are technical barriers, lacking of good camera, the skills to edit videos. But perhaps the biggest hurdle are internal fears: the fear of visibility, the fear of judgment, the insidious imposter syndrome that whispers doubts in your ears. Because of these very real challenges, so many gifted individuals remain hidden, unable to share their valuable skills and talents with the world. So, who benefits most from this relentless content creation cycle? The social media platforms themselves. Their algorithms are designed to reward high-frequency creators with greater reach and exposure, keeping users engaged on their platforms for longer. Those who adapt to this demanding system, who constantly churn out daily video content, are the ones who tend to rise and get acknowledged by the algorithms. It's a system that in many ways demands constant feeding. But let's anchor back to our first principle, to a time before all this complexity, before the noise and the pressure. Think about how things used to be during the time of bartering. People used their own unique skills, their inherent talents, their natural abilities to create and trade what they were genuinely good at. This model was natural. It was aligned with their soul, and it fostered genuine connection and exchange based on real value. It's a stark contrast to today's often disconnected system where we feel forced into survival mode, trading our time for money in many ways that often don't honor our true selves. This fundamental principle, valuing personal talents, creativity, and authentic self-expression, will serve as a cornerstone for the solution we will explore. And there is been another critical evolution in business, marketing, and even human behavior. significantly tied to the meteoric rise of short-form video. With platforms like TikTok leading the way, the entire content landscape shifted dramatically. Content that used to be longer form 5 to 30-minute videos where you could teach or tell a story with depth and nuance suddenly become ultra short form under 1 minute. Reels, TikToks, YouTube Shorts, every major platform adopted prioritizing this short form model to keep up. This shift has created some significant problems. It's changed how audience consume information. Now, there is an expectation for quick, fast-paced, highly stimulating videos instead of more relaxed, depth content. It's put immense pressure on creators to completely change their style, to compress complex ideas into tiny time frames, which often feels unnatural, stressful, and incredibly limiting. It's even sped up our societal pace overall, contributing to increased anxiety, restlessness, and short attention spans. People now struggle to focus, expecting instant gratification, even in areas like learning and personal development, instead of truly absorbing and reflecting. Many are mindlessly scrolling through endless 1 minute clips. And the depth, the genuine connection, the emotional build up that longer form content allowed is getting lost. This shift has fundamentally changed the rules of visibility, engagement, and building real trust online, making it harder to teach true transformation and harder for both creator and consumers to stay grounded. So, we have journeyed through the layers of why it feels so incredibly hard to step into the life you truly want as coach, therapist, or healer. You are not alone in feeling trapped by these modern pressures and this overwhelming noise. But now that you understand the deeper root of the problem, we can start to look towards the solution. And it brings us full circle back to that core principle we discussed earlier, the power of returning to your natural talents, your inherent abilities, your unique inner gifts. Just like how people used to thrive in that barter era, it's about building a life and a business not based on chasing fleeting trends, the relentless pressure of speed, or the constant struggle for survival, but on creating genuine, lasting value from the truest part of yourself. In the very next video, I am going to dive deep into exactly how to apply this first principle. We will explore how to identify your unique value, how to reconnect with those natural gifts that lie within you, and how to start building a sustainable path forward from that authentic foundation. There is a better way forward, a more sustainable, more aligned way to build the life and practice you truly desire, and it's already within you. I will see you in the next video.